She said, "You're out of the picture. My friends think I can do better." I calmly replied, "I understand." Then I took myself out of the picture by selling the house we lived in. She found out when the new owner handed her an eviction notice. Original post: I, 31 male, was assembling furniture in what I thought was our home when Grace, 29, decided to end things. We'd been together 5 years, living in my house for the last 3. "Grace, we need to talk. My friends and I had a long discussion last night." Putting down the Allen wrench. About us, about you. They think I'm settling." "Settling? You're sweet, Connor, but let's be real. You're not exactly ambitious. You work at a hardware store." "I manage a hardware store." "Same difference. Tina's dating a lawyer, Amber's with a tech executive, and I'm with you." I'd inherited the house from my grandmother 2 years ago. Grace moved in immediately, never paid rent. I covered everything while she focused on her art. "Grace, they showed me what I'm missing. I could have someone who takes me to galas, not hardware conventions." "So your friends decided our relationship?" "They opened my eyes. You're out of the picture, Connor. I need someone on my level." "Your level?" "Someone with real ambition, who can give me the life I deserve. This house is nice, but imagine what I could have with someone successful." The entitlement was breathtaking, living rent-free in my house while calling me unambitious. Me, "I understand," blinking. "That's it? No fighting? No begging?" Me, "You've made your decision based on your friend's input. I respect that." Grace, "Good. I'll need time to find a place. Few months should work. Take all the time you need." She smiled, satisfied, went back to her studio, my spare bedroom, to paint. I went to my actual room and opened my laptop, pulled up the email I'd been sitting on for weeks. From Blackstone Property Group. Subject: Offer on 423 Maple Street. "Mr. Hadley, we remain very interested in purchasing your property. Our cash offer of $475,000 stands." The neighborhood had gentrified rapidly. Developers were salivating. I'd been hesitant because, well, I thought Grace and I had a future here. Typed my reply. "I accept your offer. Let's move quickly." Grace wanted me out of the picture. Careful what you wish for. Update 1. 2 weeks later. The process moved fast. Cash buyer, no financing delays. Meanwhile, Grace was living her best life, planning her future without me. She'd set up dating profiles already. Left her laptop open, saw them. Entrepreneur and artist, seeking ambitious partner, no basic guys. Had her friends over constantly now. They drink wine in my living room, discussing my inadequacies. "Tina, I can't believe you wasted 5 years on him." "Right? A hardware store manager? What were you thinking?" Grace, "Love makes you blind, but I'm seeing clearly now." Walking through with paperwork. "Ladies." They giggled after I passed. Heard Amber whisper, "He's taking the breakup well. Too well. It's weird." Grace, "He knows he lucked out having me this long." Meanwhile, I was systematically preparing. Opened a storage unit, started moving my important stuff. Small loads, nothing obvious. Grace was too busy planning her upgrade to notice. The inspection happened while she was at her weekly wine night. Told the inspector to be discreet. He found some issues, minor stuff I could have fixed myself, being handy and all, but it gave me negotiating room. Got them down to $465,000. Still a massive profit on Grandma's $180,000 purchase 15 years ago. Grace came home tipsy, found me packing books. Grace, "Moving out already? Good. The sooner you're gone, the sooner I can redecorate. Just organizing. This place needs a feminine touch anyway. I'm thinking full renovation. Big plans. Huge. Tina knows contractors. Going to turn this into a real showpiece. Perfect for entertaining my future lawyer boyfriend." She'd already planned renovations for my house that she didn't pay for. The delusion was spectacular. Update 2. Closing day approaches. Title company set closing for March 15th. Gave Grace no indication. She was too busy being single and fabulous to ask questions. Her entitlement escalated daily. Started referring to it as her house in conversations. Grace, on the phone with her mom. "Yes, I'll be keeping the house. Connor's moving out. 3 bedrooms, perfect for when you visit." Started having men over. Coffee dates in my kitchen. Showing off her place. Random Tinder date. Nice house for an artist. Grace, "Thanks. I'm very blessed. Looking for someone who appreciates the finer things." Dude looked around confused. probably wondering how a part-time artist afforded a $500 house. Grace just smiled, playing house. But the best part was when she started making demands. When you move out, leave the good furniture. It matches my aesthetic. Which furniture? The leather couch, dining set, bedroom suite. You can take that ugly recliner. Generous of you. Grace, I'm not heartless. Oh, and I'll need you to keep paying utilities for a few months, until I get settled. Naturally. She had a whole timeline. I'd move out, keep paying bills, leave furniture, and she'd live her best life in my house. The friends encouraged it. Amber, make sure he leaves the lawnmower. You'll need someone to cut grass until you find a new man. Get it in writing. Men are sneaky. Connor's not smart enough to be sneaky. I smiled, signed papers at the title company, and kept my mouth shut. March 14th, moved the last of my essentials to my buddy Kyle's garage. Grace didn't notice. She was at a vision board party with the girls, manifesting her lawyer husband. March 15th, 9 a.m. closing. Signed my house away for $465,000. New owners wanted immediate possession. Worked for me. Sent Grace a text. Moved out as requested. New chapter starts now. Finally. Leave the keys on the counter. Already handled. Gave keys to the new owners. They were excited. Young tech couple relocating from the West Coast. Planned to gut renovate immediately. Grace texted, "Hope you found a studio apartment that fits your budget." Didn't respond. Deposited my check. Moved into a nice rental across town. Put the rest in savings and investments. You know, unambitious stuff. Update 3, the eviction, March 16th. Grace's world imploded. I was having coffee when my phone exploded. 47 missed calls. Texts in all caps. What did you do? There are people in my house. Connor, this isn't funny. Apparently the new owners showed up at 8 a.m. with contractors. Grace answered in her robe, thinking it was me crawling back. Instead, Mrs. Chen handed her an eviction notice. Grace called me, hysteric. Grace, what is happening? Me, you're being evicted. New owners want possession. Grace? New owners, this is my house. Me, no, it was my house, now it's the Chen's house. You can't sell my house. I didn't. I sold my house, the one I inherited, the one you never paid rent on. I live here. Not anymore. You have 30 days per state law. 30? Connor, where am I supposed to go? That's not my problem. I'm out of the picture, remember? This is illegal. I have rights. Me, you have no lease, no ownership, no claim. You're a month-to-month tenant at will. Check with a lawyer. Maybe date one. She started sobbing. Real tears now, not manipulation tears. Grace, you planned this? You tricked me. I accepted your decision and acted accordingly. You wanted me gone. I'm gone. The house just came with me. Grace, I'll sue you for emotional damages, for fraud. Good luck. I recommend Tina's lawyer boyfriend. Oh wait, they broke up last week, right? She hung up, called back immediately. Grace, please, I have nowhere to go. I can't afford rent anywhere nice. Me, should have thought about that before letting your friends convince you to dump your meal ticket. That's not. I loved you. You loved my house. Important distinction? The friends rallied, of course. Amber called. You're a monster. How could you leave Grace homeless? She left me first. I just made it mutual. She's an artist. She can't afford market rent. Then she should have kept the hardware store manager who provided free housing. Tina tried next. This is financial abuse. Controlling her through housing. She dumped me. I sold my property. Where's the control? You know she needed that house. And I needed a girlfriend who didn't let her friends trash me in my own living room. Guess we're both disappointed. Final update. 2 months later. Grace fought the eviction for about a week. Consulted lawyers who all said the same thing. No lease, no rights, no case. The Chens were patient but firm. Grace was out by April 15th. Where'd she go? Back to her parents' basement. At 29, the artist studio became a twin bed and childhood posters. The friends, scattered like roaches. Tina couldn't host wine nights in her studio apartment. Amber's roommates weren't keen on Grace crashing there. Funny how supportive friends vanish when you need actual support. Grace tried everything. Love bombing texts. I made a mistake. We can work this out. When that failed, threats. I'll tell everyone what you did. She did. Posted a sob story on social media about her abusive ex who made her homeless. Comments were brutal. Wait, you dumped him? He sold his house that he owned? The horror. Maybe don't take relationship advice from wine friends. Her art career? Turns out, hard to paint in your childhood bedroom while your dad watches TV upstairs. Even harder to host potential buyers in your parents' basement. She got a full-time job, retail, because rent doesn't pay itself and lawyers don't date basement dwellers. Meanwhile, I'm thriving, invested most of the house money, down payment on a duplex on the other side of town. I live in one side, rent the other. Building wealth, like unambitious hardware store managers do. Started dating Melanie, accountant, has her own house, pays her own bills. Novel concept. Her friends think I'm great, probably because they're actual adults. Ran into Grace at a coffee shop last month. She was in her retail uniform, grabbing coffee before her shift. Grace. Grace, I heard you bought a duplex. Yeah, investment property. Must be nice, having money. Very nice. I was stupid, listening to them. You were good to me. I was. Past tense. Any chance we could? I get it. I miss the house. I'm sure you do. She left, shoulders slumped, posted later about growth through struggle and learning who real friends are. The Chens? They love the house. Sent me photos of the renovation. Looks incredible. Grace would have loved it. If she hadn't decided I was beneath her. Her friends still pop up occasionally. Tina married some middle manager who makes her pay half of everything. Amber's still single, still hunting for that tech executive who will fund her lifestyle. Grace messages sometimes, usually late night, probably wine-fueled. Remember when we were happy? I should have appreciated you. I don't respond. I'm out of the picture, exactly as requested. Funny thing about letting friends decide your relationship value, they're not the ones living with the consequences. Grace learned that from her parents' basement. Me? I learned that when someone tells you you're not good enough, believe them. Then become good enough for yourself and let them watch from whatever basement they end up in. The house sold for nearly $500,000. Grace got exactly what she said she wanted. Me out of the picture. Just didn't realize the picture was worth $465,000 and came with central air. Her loss. The Chen's gain. My freedom. Update, since everyone's asking, no, I didn't feel bad. She lived rent-free for 3 years while calling me unambitious. That's $36,000 plus in free housing while she focused on art. I focused on keeping a roof over her ungrateful head. When she decided I wasn't good enough, I agreed. The house was mine to sell. She was free to leave any time in those 3 years and pay her own rent. She chose comfort until her friends convinced her she deserved better. Hope the basement has good lighting for her vision boards.